Hi, I'm Sean Sevey, founder of Sevey Wealth. Today we're going to talk about bonds and how it fits into your portfolio. For years, we've been told that there were two purposes for bonds. One was to generate income, and two was to offset risk that you were taking, most likely in your stock portfolio. But unfortunately, over the last 20 plus years, those inverse correlations don't seem to be holding. And part of the problem that we're seeing with the bond market is the deterioration of credit amongst US corporations. If we look at the corporate bond market, I'm using this BlackRock iShare as a proxy for the corporate bond market. You can see right up here that the majority of corporations, almost 90%, are only single A or triple B rated when it comes to their credit quality. The reason this concerns me is that when there is volatility in the economy or questions about how corporations are going to survive any sort of news event, the lower the credit rating, the more volatility there is in their bond. And we've seen that over the years. As you can see here, over the past 10 years, when we've seen a drawdown in stocks, we've also seen a drawdown in credit bonds. If your portfolio is overweighted to corporate bonds as an offset to your corporate stock risk, those correlations, unfortunately, are not holding. The next step is to look at how much extra interest or yield we're getting by taking on credit risk versus treasuries. And as you can see, for the first 5 years, there's very little credit interest difference between treasuries and high quality AAA corporates. Once you get down to single A, you can start to see some enhanced yield, but again, you're taking enhanced risk. And this again goes back to why you own bonds. Are we speculating on what the Federal Reserve is going to do with interest rates? Or is this considered our safe money? Personally, I don't like taking risk with our safe money. Risk belongs in its own risk category. Depending on your preferred method of generating retirement income, either a retirement bucket strategy or a systemic withdrawal plan, depends on where and how long you should extend duration or how long you loan your money out at this point. If we use a retirement bucket system, which is the system I prefer, then what we end up doing is putting the first 5 years worth of your spending in that first bucket in high quality, low risk bonds. We then take our 10-year plus money that we don't anticipate to use for at least 10 years, and put that in bucket 3, the long-term growth bucket. And then depending on your risk tolerance, in bucket 2, that middle 5 years, years 6 through 10, we can either use a combination of dividend stocks or more bonds. If you're using a systematic withdrawal plan, where every year you take a portion of your portfolio to fund your income needs, then you will need to account for periods of time when stocks and bonds both fall in the same year. You can do this by increasing your cash position, but that does lead to cash drag on a portfolio and does not put all of your money to work achieving the goals that you've set out for. If you are using the systematic withdrawal plan, now is probably a good time to extend duration or how long you loan your bonds out for, as the Fed is forecasted to cut rates in the coming years, and you'll want to lock in these really attractive historical yields before the Fed does cut rates in the future. In summary, it's really important to understand why you own your bonds, how you own your bonds, and where your bonds fit into your portfolio. In this current environment where US Treasuries are king once again, it's really hard for me to justify going to credit bonds when the yield benefit is so little compared to the risk that we're taking. So, what should you do? To me, it comes down to a function of your withdrawal rate, your risk tolerance, and your goals. There's no preset model out there that fits everybody. Everyone is unique and dynamic. And I think your particular plan should be built around your specific needs. For those of you who don't know, I started CV Wealth as a wealth consulting company, not a wealth management company. We're here to support you and help you manage your own money. We want you to take control, have the final say on all decisions when it comes to your portfolio, and save the management fees that come along with traditional wealth management. If this sounds attractive to you or have questions about today's video, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time.